Hello? Hello? I'm back! I have indeed.
I cannot go round those last two corners without my back end just fucking flying all over.
Dee 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 dee.
So Jamie, how was the start with the traction?
Oh, my car was flying all over the place. I almost drove into Joe.
I tried to get back in the car and it just threw me into the corner like I couldn't steer the thing. I don't think I have mine fixed yet, so we'll see at the next start, but I couldn't find anything wrong with it.
I'm getting so much understeer still.
Oh, what's this? Did anybody else see, like, Maddie just, like, walking down that hallway?
Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna get, like, right up close to the camera. I was like, wow.
I was just...
Thought he was gonna punch me right in the face.
Yeah, Maddie D. Pretty quick.
Probably only had the car that had all four corners on damaged.
Let's go. I need to change my controller settings, I think.
Now, does it take us back to the lobby, or does it go right to the next one?
I hope it takes us back to the lobby.
Should be lobby.
We were waiting for Matt and Joe to... We were waiting for Joe to press X.
Joe went to say goodnight to his kids, so we're gonna have to wait.
His kids? Has he had another one already?
No, I said kid, singular.
I thought you said kids.
The weather is on dynamic, by the way.
We can kind of tell how it has a cloud and a question mark.
Everything okay, Dom?
Yeah, everything's good.
Okay.
I don't think I fixed my car, so if you're behind me and I don't go,
Yeah, I almost
surprised.
fucking ran right into you, dumbass.
What am I unbinding? The...
What? That's alright. If you get a good offer from another team, man, don't worry about me.
No, I didn't get time to do it.
That's all right. I'm taking over the team.
Say fucking Emma Watts.
I was trying to unbind the manual clutch thing, but I didn't get to do it.
Dave's been trying to unbind his asshole for 10 years, but he didn't do it either. Where did I finish in Australia?
Third.
Nice.
God damn it.
I'm just so unconfident in the corners, it's unbelievable. Like, scared to do anything coming out the corners just because I feel like I'm going to spin round. I think I had a purple third sector. That first sector, I was so scared in the corners to do anything, and then like the second and third sectors alright.
Hey, here's my teammate.
Gimme.
Oh no, and I've defected to AlphaTauri and he's just come in. No!
Oh, it's nice of you to join me over here, Dave. I've been so lonely in this garage. I've just been talking to the mice in the corner and losing my mind. I've just been slowly slipping into the darkness here.
Someone in the chat said I was Yuki Tsunoda, so I thought I'd better be him.
I don't really think of myself as Pierre Gasly. I think of myself as Joseph Plant. I don't want to be another man.
I have enough trouble trying to be myself.
Feels weird being at this part of the grid on an ERL night.
No. Oh, how do I unbind? Okay, unassigned. Yeah, okay. Then back. Okay.
I can't get my controls right either for some reason. I saved a profile, but it's not working.
What is going on? Oh my god. Okay, I haven't stopped. I'm not in my car, so I don't know what's going on. Okay.
It's only on like 45 or 50.
I'm back in my car. I was still second when I got in my car.
Oh, Dom, you have damage on for the 5-lap races?
Yeah.
Oh, alright. It's the usual.
Yeah, do you want to take any more of the track there, Bob?
I can.
I didn't mean to do that. I actually lost time doing that.
I think that's a 5-second penalty right there.
I lost time to you though. I hit that inside curve and it just went straight, Jamie.
Whoa!
You do the same thing I did, Jamie?
Well, I'm unconfident through that sector and I kind of just followed your car.
Yeah.
Well,
What's Joe doing down in fifth?
I'm just messing about, Dustin.
Is your dog playing?
Yeah, about feels like it.
oh shit. Oh my god, fire gone. Just, fuck's sake, man. That's really annoying. That's really fucking annoying. I don't think having damage on was a great idea, Dom.
Yeah, usually, Dom, when we do like these short races like this, we don't put the damage on. But that you didn't know that. You weren't here in 2010.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh.
No worries, buddy. I didn't know he had damage on either when I got a little close to Randy's butt, and my face fell off.
Fucking rumble stripped.
I was doing alright then as well. I was quite enjoying that until that
Holy shit, it's a fucking demon. Oh no.
Jamie, your mic is,
God almighty.
He probably did that on purpose.
Go to confession or something. Get the... Where's the guy from The Exorcist when you need him? No, he's right, he's at the bottom of those stairs, right, Dave? Son of a bitch. Poor bastard.
Dave, what are you doing in that car?
Oh, I knew it, see?
Oh, that's like a jealous girlfriend. What was that? What are you doing in that? Well, what is he doing in that car?
that car.
What is he doing in that car, Dustin? You ever think maybe you just didn't give him enough attention?
Might be it.
Helium, that's what it is. Helium.
No, I'm in the Apatory.
I'll say this. I'm not going after your man or anything, Dustin. I'm just... It looks like he's trying to...
Is he in the Red Bull Young Drivers program?
Well, it is, but we haven't really specified what young is, you know? You gotta think about management and stuff. They're in the 90s, so... Relatively speaking. He's young. Look,
Damn it!
It's about attitude. He's got a young attitude, you know?
Dom's gonna eat me up down this front stretch.
Num 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 num.
Joe, I had it like on my Facebook memories. I had,
Dom, if I throw this a race away to you, I'm gonna be pissed.
What's that, Jamie?
So I just had something come up on my Facebook memories for today. It was a it was something that I posted, and then there's about 26 comments. There's like you, Dave, Dustin, Dom on it.
Mm-hmm.
And this was 6 years ago. And one of your comments was, "I am losing my hair."
Yeah, well, 6 years ago I was having a lot harder time with it than I am now.
I don't know.
Well, I do, you know, so it was definitely a bigger hit to the confidence. So I was like, all right, fuck it. If I'm going to lose my hair, I'm going to start working out a little bit, try to make up for it somewhere else. I can't control the hair thing, but I can control other things.
Good race, Don.
Yeah. And as you got close, but the forcing got down to 3, I just started making mistake after mistake. That didn't help my situation. Especially putting 4 wheels in the gravel. Coming to the white flag.
Joe, you lost a bit of your wing end plate there, bud.
Oh yeah, I drove right into Randy's ass, hardcore. You would have thought he paid me to do it. That's okay, Dave. That's not to say that I would do that for money. I'm just saying that.
Well, you would do that for money.
No, I would not do that. I don't even know what that is that I'd be doing for money. But I have limits. I have morals.
You wouldn't put your nose in somebody's asshole for $10,000?
I don't think so.
I'd do it for $10.
Okay, let me ask you a question. How many times can I put my nose in their asshole?
You only do it once, but like your nose has to be deep in there.
No, but what I mean is, can I continuously put my nose in and out? Like, can I have this asshole for an hour and just see how much money I can rack up?
Oh, you're saying every insertion is X amount of dollars.
Well, what I want to do is I want to make 10 grand, pull my nose out, put my nose back in, make another 10 grand. Can I do that?
Not with 10 grand a piece. Like, how about... What about $300?
No!
An insertion.
No, I'm gonna get like blisters on my nose from poking Randy's ass.
Joe, think
Nah,
of it.
forget it.
No,
Well,
come on, Joe.
no. I'm sorry, Randy, okay? Forget about it, alright? You don't want to work together to make a couple bucks? Fine. Alright, sorry, man. Alright, hey, listen. Well, we're gonna split the money if it was 10 grand a poke, but I'm not gonna do this for $300, so just forget it. I mean, you don't have to worry about it.
$300 a poke. $300
But
a
for
poke,
10,
Joe.
but for 10 grand, Randy, I'll split it with you 50-50, even though I'm doing most of the work. You're just sitting there, standing there. You know, you gotta be a team player. We can make some money real fast, you know, and whatever.
Or just stop being gay.
It's not gay if you're getting paid. I think. I don't know. I'd have to refer to someone older than me to get a confirmation on that. It's not gay.
I gotta write that down.
I don't know.
Put it on a t-shirt.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's not gay if you're being paid.
I don't think it's gay if you're being paid.
That's a great T-shirt.
Yeah. Because I'm thinking about it, like
You're just an actor.
Yeah, for the right price. I mean, come on. I mean, for crying out loud, you got to think about how hard it is to make a buck. Like, I mean, if it was like $1 million to, like, you know, bite both of Dave's ass cheeks, like, that doesn't make me gay. That makes me an entrepreneur. I mean, I've found a way to make money in a unique way. I mean, so what if I bit Dave's ass cheeks? I mean, who cares? $1 million, probably tax free. I don't know how the government's even gonna keep track of that.
How come when I go to assists, all I can change is my steering assist? I got to get rid of that informative line that's like 3D. I can't find that anywhere.
It's called the dynamic racing line.
Whatever it is called, I can't find it. It's
Okay,
not
so
in
it's
assists anymore.
It's
It's
in
not
the
graphics.
Yeah, it is.
All right,
yeah,
so
it's
on the
assist.
on
It says
bottom
dynamic.
left, on the bottom left, Gomez, there's an assist page and there's an assist restrictions. You want to go to assists, just assists.
All there is steering. That's all I can see.
It's all grayed out from there?
No, it's just that's one thing. Steering assist, off or on. That's all I can choose.
Oh, did you?
Wait,
Did you?
change
you're
your
on
pit
the-
triangle,
you're-
change your race style to expert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what it is. That's what it is. He's right.
Oh, okay.
Pit release assist. What's that?
Now, that's a very. I think that's what we had before.
All right, let's go with the race. Come on. What's it taking so long?
Yeah, Dustin's got on later, right? So
Trying to figure out my wheel shit too. I can't figure out why I can't get off the line still.
Oh,
Oh, look at us all standing there. There's Gomez with his red cap.
I don't see you guys then.
All I
You
see
have
is from the waist down.
Yeah, what is that? I just see knees.
You have to press toggle driver list under settings, and it takes away the drivers, and then shows you the.
Oh, I never made a guy.
I made a guy.
You just
Good. That's nice. That's it.
Now that's gay. Now that's gay.
Oh boy, that's cute. I'm happy for you. I've been waiting for that.
Y'all need to fucking gay looking
Man,
like Dream Daddy.
that's nice.
You'll just
That's
be
nice.
generic Joe that like Dom longs to be most of the time.
Mm. Well, I'd rather
Does it
him
give
long
you
to
a
be.
suggested setup. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that is cool. Like it's different in every track, Dustin, which is kind
Yeah,
of nice.
yeah. I was gonna say the default was set up 4, so I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's nice.
Yeah. No, just conservative.
Who's gonna crash in the castle?
Oh,
Oh, fuck.
that's so
That's fucking
strange.
auto. God damn it.
Oh, I forgot to put my fucking DRS on down the straight. That was stupid.
Oh, this is annoying. Yeah, auto gears on, so I'm like shifting and shit. It's like twice as much as it should be. Because of just muscle memory.
Ah, damn it. Terrible lap.
How's the ERS and shit work on this game? Oh, auto.
Kind of the same as before, really.
Well, it's on auto, so I guess I gotta change that.
Yeah, you gotta change that to manual.
Yeah, I think. No, because it. On the qualifying, it's automatic anyway if you do one-shot quali.
Yeah, I was a bit annoyed. I was just messing around after you guys explained to Gomez that like changing the thing from casual to expert and stuff. So I did that and reverted all of my settings and stuff like that, and I couldn't just preload all of my assists from what I had before. I had to reset everything.
Oh, because you loaded a separate profile thing, right? You changed that thing.
Yeah. But there's not even like a area where you can save your like you can save, for example,
It's the
what
same
mics
as
you
it
want
was.
50 settings.
It's actually the same as it was in the other game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you just don't hit that button.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, never do that again.
Okay, I understand.
Oh
Alright.
shit, I just started the
Oh.
race without choosing my setup.
Oh Jesus Christ! Did you fucking hell? Fuck! I
that
can't.
is
Just. You gotta get a hold. You gotta get a hold of that, Jamie, because that shit is. That's gonna get you penalized.
Helium boy.
That's fucking. That's not right. That is not. That can't be.
Took a hit of whipped cream and let's all go, boys.
Man.
The 3 wide.
Oh, god damn it. Alright. I gotta remap all my shit. I'm gonna make it. Why can't the game... Why can't EA Sports know what I like?
Oh shit.
What the hell? Fucking Christ, Tom! No,
So
don't say anything.
I'm sorry.
Dom, did you take damage off?
I think my
David's mad at me.
I think my I can't breathe. I think my lung poked into my ribs. Stop it. Don't say anything, Jamie. I freaking really hurt myself. I took a turn and I breathed and laughed. It's fucking Geppetto over there fucking holy shit.
Who was complimenting his voice earlier? That hurt.
Oh, I really don't like this new jet. He's a little too fucking excited.
I almost fucking hit that wall, Joe.
You're doing well.
Brickyard weekend.
Really? The
Brickyard-
fucking curve?
Brickyard weekend, man.
Fucking curves suck.
Joe, you're using automatic gears, right?
Mm-hmm.
Next time you go down the front stretch, does your car kind of rev out in 7th gear longer than you would normally expect?
I'll take a look.
Like, it really hangs out in 7th gear for a long time, I noticed.
He's losing so much time on the straights to you guys.
Did you do the same thing, Joe?
Yeah, I followed you straight into it.
Didn't do it that time. Mine shifted up right away.
I cannot defend if you guys get a run on me. Joe's definitely gonna get me here.
I won't get you because I'm on setup 3.
It's the other way, Dom.
Yeah. Still getting used to the throttle control.
Yeah, it does catch you out a lot easier on this game, but I prefer that, to be honest. I used to fall asleep on 2020 because it was like it was on rails.
Yeah. Yeah, the cars are definitely a bit more racy.
Fuck. Fuck's sake.
Okay, gap to the car ahead is 4.7 seconds.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm on the wall. Right side, Jimmy.
yeah, you got more straight line speed than me. It's quite annoying. I went for setup 3. I don't know why. Cannot compete down that straight. Oh shit.
Okay, this is your final lap of the race.
Whoa.
Oh!
The fuck? Like my car, I can't get out of the way. What the fuck was all that about, man?
Green flag.
For the most part, setup 3 is a lot better than it was on the last game.
Yeah, it makes more sense.
Yeah.
That's good.
I wish we like, I don't know, I wish we like when we done we just all like just chose that, and if everyone's like comfortable with it, like for league races we should all just all use the same setup.
Oh, I'm wireless. I got my wireless headset on tonight. I don't usually wear that because I gotta be too serious when I wear my wired one. Hey. Finish.
Have we spoken about fuel on this game?
Just let me know when the food's done, okay?
No, we haven't.
Oh yeah.
Dave, what have you got to say about
When do
fuel?
you want me to wrap up? Okay.
I'll wait till Joe's finished.
Sorry.
That's all right. I was just saying about fuel on this game. You can't run out of fuel because there's no rich mix.
Yep.
Yeah. Now if it
Changes for Hookster.
now if it works the same as last year's game, I was taking 2 laps of fuel out on a 50% race, and it got to the finish line easily. Now, if you leave the amount of fuel that it sets you for the race in, you will end up with at least 2 laps of fuel excess at the end.
Alright, listen, guys, be serious. When I talk about my pedals and stuff, what's more interesting? What he just said or my pedals?
What he just said, because it's more relevant to the league.
Thank you.
It is? Because it honestly just sounded like he said the same word over and over again, and I blanked out. I couldn't
Shut
focus.
up, Joe! Shut.
Well, no, because I have a follow-up question to that. Because from my understanding, at least, I've always mentioned this too. I thought it was a gentleman's agreement that we generally don't adjust the fuel. I understand some guys do it, and it's not that big of a deal. But like me personally, I don't touch the fuel that goes into the car.
Yeah,
So
I don't either.
Should we just have a gentleman's agreement not to adjust that?
There's no
I agree with
gentleman
that.
here.
I mean, the thing is, what I've always heard in the group talking, and there's a reason I don't say anything, because I'm trying to be, I'm trying to make choices that are beneficial to everyone. I've never heard of anyone taking fuel out, so I've basically just kept my mouth shut. I mean, I've heard Randy seems to get enthused about putting a lot of fuel in, and I don't see that being as a huge advantage to him in particular.
Dom, I thought these races were
There's a
dynamic.
preference thing. So really, the way I'd seen it, Dom, is the gentleman's agreement was that nobody was going to like take the fuel out of the car. If they were going to add fuel to it, I mean, there's plenty of fuel. So, you know what I mean? So I always let that slide, because, I mean, I didn't have the heart to tell Randy, don't put it, because he gets so excited. You know how Randy is. He's like, I'm going to put 15 gallons of fuel. Yeah.
Sorry, I know we talk about that because I want to do this quick.
Okay, go ahead. Sure
Dom,
thing, Jim.
what was it you said to unbind for the starts?
Manual clutch.
But mine only says clutch, it doesn't say...
Yeah, I can't find anything comes close to that.
So you're in the your controls preset, right? And you see all the gears when you scroll all the way to the bottom. At the very bottom, I guess it says clutch, right?
No, it doesn't say it at the bottom. It's like halfway down.
Yeah, my clutch is the same one I always had the clutch on, which is the
But you
right paddle.
You have to have it set to... It's telling me I have to have it set to something.
Okay.
I'm looking through it now. I only see one clutch, and I have my clutch set to the right paddle shifter.
Yeah, that's what mine's set to. So. And I usually, at the start, I had the gas down and that right paddle shifter down. It's not going anywhere.
Clutch, handbrake, okay.
What we can do, Gomez, is we'll go in and either Dom and I were both around when we figured out what the issue was. We'll go in, Dom, either tomorrow or something, and just do a share screen thing, and we can see what he's seeing, so we can make that adjustment.
Why would
I'm
you
guessing
unbind the clutch? I don't understand. Why don't you need the clutch?
you do need the clutch. What we were trying to figure out is, were you unbinding? Basically, it was the clutch dual. Basically dual equipped to the controller. So, for example, instead of it being just the clutch function, it's also bound to another function that's
right.
causing
It was
issue.
upshift on mine, but I changed upshift to something else, and it didn't change anything.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? Doesn't if it's equipped to 2 buttons, it's going to cause a problem for him on the start, because he's not actually using that button as a clutch.
Maybe it's so I just unbinded it because that and the handbrake were the same button, so I've just taken the hand.
You unbound it just before Dustin says it. You unbound it.
Well, it says unbind on the...
Right. And mine was the handbrake too, and I put that on something else. It didn't fix it.
Now, is one of the assists, is your assist set to manual start, Gomez?
I didn't see that.
Okay, that's where I think our problem is. So we'll go that route and we'll double
What,
back.
have you got automatic starts, Joe?
No, I have manual starts, which is why I use the clutch. As I wanted to make sure that he had his equipped as well.
Alright, well we'll see what happens in the next race. I've unbound it from 2 buttons.
Well, that would be beneficial for all of us, really, if we could all think like one another to a degree. And okay, all right, never mind. Let's forget it.
Don't try and think like me.
I don't agree with that entirely.
I don't care what you say. He wouldn't want to be like you.
Holy shit.
Car seems to have so much more grip. Around here, it's ridiculous.
More grip.
Yeah.
Is that sarcasm? 'Cause that just spun out.
It's probably
Spun out too.
it's a different type of grip. You have more aero grip at speed, less grip at low speed.
Well, I don't know what my assists are again. I think probably have
Man.
traction on medium or something.
My DRS thing isn't making the noise that it used to make in the other games, so I keep forgetting about it. You guys notice that? Like, it's not making the beep noise?
Yeah.
Mine's doing
It does, but
See
you have
that?
to have
Mine's
the game
doing it.
volume turned
Mine
up
beeps,
quite a
but
lot.
it's really quiet.
Mm-hmm.
And
Fucking Joe.
Right?
the problem too, the DRS notification is really subtle.
Yeah. By the way, Dom, fun fact, that night that I happened to walk in the bathroom and you were just taking a piss, and I said, oh man, you need to drink more water, that's fucked. That's what your piss looked like, that color.
What? What are you
There's
talking about?
What color?
It was like freaking antifreeze, and I was like, Jesus man, like that's disgusting. Like, drink something. You know?
Do you take a supplement?
I don't know. I don't know what his deal is, but his piss
supplement.
looked like antifreeze.
Well, usually when your piss turns green like that, it's usually from like a dietary supplement.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's some sort of after effect.
Are you taking like a? Is he taking like a daily vitamin?
No.
No, he
Why?
takes
How did this
cocaine.
conversation?
Because you
How did
mentioned
this
that you mentioned the DRS indicator was very faint, and I wanted to correlate that to you and make a joke of you. So I said,
About
okay.
My piss?
Well, that was all I had.
I'm struggling to.
Oh,
It's
well,
just so
we know
random.
you.
It's just so
That's not
weird.
random. I also, like Randy, my mind likes to go all over the place at the same time, and that's
You
how I
like
ended up
thinking
there.
about my piss?
I like thinking about a lot of things at the exact same time, and then I try to
That's
funnel
the last
through it.
thing I want to hear.
Oh, yeah. It's just one of my, I guess, my flaws and my benefits all at the same time.
Okay.
You know.
Joe, I swear to God, if you spin to the fucking left on this start.
I won't even go if you don't want me to. I'll just hang tight.
I said, must have saved my settings. Ah! Alright, didn't save my fucking settings. Yep. Gearbox.
Yeah, there's nothing
Joe
about a
level.
manual assist.
Oh my god.
I did the same thing in qualifying, Jamie.
Yeah, so did I.
I wish Joe would do that.
I do it all the time.
I want Jeff back. This guy sucks.
I wanted
Fuck
to make
Jeff.
I wanted you guys to think about that at the end of the race last week. That we weren't going to see Jeff anymore.
Good.
I'm
Fuck
boss,
him.
so if my guy's causing trouble, just wreck him.
Why, Joe? Like, I don't know if yours did that. Like, why did it feel like my car was just on the fucking ground going into that corner?
Because you bottomed out when you hit the curb.
I didn't
saw you.
fucking touch the curb.
Why are you screaming at me, Dylan? You're hurting my feelings.
I was fucking far away from the curb. Wasn't even fucking close.
What setup you running?
4.
It looked like you bottomed out to me. I saw your skid plate spark. Oh, that's all.
It did. It was fucking against the track. Yes.
Are you mad at me, Don?
Well, you said I was on the curb. I was nowhere near the fucking curb.
All right, I'm sorry. I should have had my facts together before I make an accusation. I apologize.
I was in the middle of the fucking straightaway.
You're right.
You could have fucking fit a car to the left or to the right of me.
Yep.
Fucking did it again. I got this fucking twat behind me.
Why is Gomez and Gomez and AI? Oh, he's back now.
I'm back. Come on by. I can't figure out what's going on.
Fucking disaster.
Yeah, I gotta see if there's a setting to make the DRS beep louder or something.
You really gotta focus on keeping your wheels straight.
I was
before
trying
you
to break your
accelerate.
momentum down. Not
Yeah. Exactly, Dustin. You can't have much angle in it.
the fuck.
Yeah, in the other game, when I hit DRS, the guy's hand would move and a little indicator came up that said DRS is active. It would turn green. There's nothing on here that I can find that'll do that.
I think it's because the heads-up display is right over your guy's hands. At least in my view, anyway. I have to play with my views.
Yeah, but there used to be a big thing that turned green, too, when it was
Yeah.
on.
Right. On the display itself.
Yeah, right. Well, just on the... Yeah, on the whole heads-up display.
Okay, this is your final lap.
Where you going, Dave?
Fucking Matt. These mind games aren't working with him.
And that's like the new Nick. Doesn't talk.
Well, I was trying to slow up and let him by, but he slowed up to stay behind me.
Oh shit, got around
Sorry.
a lot.
Oh.
Who's screaming?
I don't know.
Huh?
That's so stupid. I know that you can set it to where he can say something, but there isn't an option to have him just shut up. Like, he has to make some comment after he wins the race, and that's just not... My guy wouldn't say anything. Dave's fucking would. I know Dave's guy probably would say a whole goddamn paragraph.
Yo, Matt.
Yo, right.
Yeah, you knew what I was trying to do.
Yeah,
I was hoping you'd fucking just go by me.
I just don't have the speed on the straights, that's the problem.
You can turn that setting off, by the way, in terms of hearing other people.
And what the fuck did Dom do?
I pitted because I wanted to practice the interactive pit thing, but I realized that you can't do that on the last lap.
Uh-huh.
Kind of just threw away second place.
Yeah.
Alright, well, Dom, I gotta go start the grill because Steph's hungry. Listen, so let's put our heads together and try to figure out what the deal is with Gomez's thing, alright? Before, like, the next... See if we can think what's going on. You were there with me when we figured it out the first time, so...
It seems weird. I mean, I got a Logitech wheel. It seems like it should just work.
No, it should.
Before.
It should, and it's
I've
a
been
setting...
through all the menus, and I've looked at every single thing and said, well, I don't know. But, yeah, thanks, guys. But I can deal with it. I can hit pause right at the start, and it goes blank. And then if I hit pause again, I'm driving, so...
Yeah, well, you could, but we can figure it out, you know, because we did last time, and it's if I had to take an educated guess, it's the exact same problem that we experienced before.
Sure it is, but where the hell? Whatever.
Yeah, so,
Thanks.
okay, so when you go into the, what you call it there? Now, Dom, when we fixed this before, we had to have him unbind something, correct?
Yeah, I was in the control scheme. It was something that was bound, correct.
Alright.
I'm looking through my settings right now.
Alright, so, first things first, Gomez, if you go into settings, right, then you're going to see a screen that says lobby options, assist restrictions, and assists, correct?
Right.
Okay, if you go all the way down to assist for me, okay? Let me know when you see this next screen.
Yep. On assist.
Right. Okay. Do you have, let's see. There's nothing in here for, race start, is there? I thought there would be. No. Okay, so, let's see here.
Let's do it at another time so we can just finish.
You guys can keep going. I'm just talking while we're walking. So actually, you know what it could be. Let's see.
I thought it was something on controls and the steering wheel.
Yeah. All right. So if you go over to controls, vibration, and force feedback, let me know when you're there.
Yeah, I'm there.
All right. So once you click on the configuration that you're currently using, you're gonna have a calibration, vibration, and force feedback, correct?
Yep.
All right. So if you go down to the what's labeled as clutch, it's gonna show an image of the right paddle shift, correct?
Yep.
All right. Now, is there an exclamation mark inside of a triangle to the left of the word clutch?
No. So it was with gear up, and I changed gear up to something else.
Okay. Change it to the same thing. So make gear up your right paddle shift. Okay. Now you have triangle for the gear up and the clutch, correct?
No, because I already have them changed. I already changed
Anyway,
gear
guys,
up to
I'm
something
actually gonna
else.
hop off.
Quick. Oh, yeah.
All right, Don.
Yeah, I'm gonna get since it's a. Let's just figure it.
See what happens, Joe.
Quick question, Gomez. Your race style, if you look at the top right corner. Race style is on expert, correct?
Style.
It's in the top.
It's on standard.
That's
No,
fine.
top right.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, that should be fine.
Yeah, Gomez, I would try changing it back to gear up and clutch being the same button, because it's the same button for me. So if we try that and that fails, then we can figure out something else. But I'd make them the same button and then go with that, just to double check that wasn't the problem changing that. And Dom, you're obviously going ahead, correct?
Going ahead.
You're progressing along with the races? I'm in the menu, so I'm not looking.
Yeah, I just readied up.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
not
gonna
going.
ready up soon. It's just starting to count down now.
Okay, cool. Alright, I just didn't want to hold you guys up. I was just trying to figure this out. Alright. I'll be
I've
right
got
back. Let me go.
15 minutes left of my free trial.
Alright, bud. Oh, that's true. That's true, too. Okay. Alright, I'll be right back, guys. I'm just gonna go start up the grill, so I'll keep an eye on this when I come back in.
Just waiting in drum tank.
Sorry. Yeah,
Typical.
I'm just trying to find Gomez's solution there. Joe has Gomez's Logitech, so him and I can figure it out.
Just get himself a nice controller.
Right.
You don't have to worry about all that.
What track are we in? I didn't even see.
Brands Hatch.
Not cold.
I've heard of Donington. Oh, I forgot about that DRS spot. No, I forgot about the whole fucking section there. That's... whatever street that is. Wellington.
Okay, I'm back. I'm just watching you guys right now.
How do you spit out there in the last corner? Huh? Alright. I crossed backwards. Good.
Good slap, Maddie.
Cheers, Dom.
Nice avatar, Matty.
Thanks, Joe.
You're very welcome.
Nice creepiness, Joe.
There's nothing creepy about complimenting a guy, Dave. Is it creepy
Right
for you?
after I complimented him, yes.
You complimented him about his skill, I complimented him aesthetically. It's totally different.
You complimented an in-game avatar.
What's your issue with it, Dom? You don't like it? You make it uncomfortable?
If you're
I haven't seen...
compliment a guy, you should compliment his real-life looks.
I don't know off the top of my head what he looks like in real life. I just want to compliment what I have available to me. I
So
guess
you're-
you want me to really weigh out my compliments before they land.
Well, yeah, because I do that.
Well, that's fine. Is it okay with you if I do a little different than you in my life, or?
I'm just criticizing the way you do it, but yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Okay, so I'll just continue to compliment people as I see fit in given situations. Sometimes my compliments are a little willy-nilly. I just, heck, believe it or not, sometimes I've actually even said nice things to people that I don't entirely mean.
Geez, you two are like Starsky and Hutch.
I give their marriage another year.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, it's...
Still can't get off that fucking line, man. Who the fuck was that? Cheers, Dave.
That wasn't me.
That was me, but I thought it was out. I was on the outside. I didn't come down too early. I didn't think so. I tried to stay outside.
I hope I don't catch too much slack for this, but you're doing a good job, Matt. I know it's just a video game, it's not real life, and it doesn't really matter that much, but nonetheless, I still want to tell you that I think you're doing...
my comments out of context.
I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to Matt right now. Alright? It's unbelievable, you know? You know, Dom, sometimes I think you think the world just revolves around you, your little Canadian Toronto suburb thing you live in there, you know?
You're right.
No, don't tell me I'm right if you don't think so. I'm just saying my opinion, you know? It's like, you know? And must I say, and please don't think that I'm just laying on the sunshine here, Matt. Your Alfa Romeo sounds damn nice.
Same
My
engine
good-
as this Ferrari.
It's funny.
I'm
It's
sorry,
funny.
I did
It's
it
like
again.
it's like honest to God. It's what is there? Is it disorder? Like what's happening right now with you? Just tone it down, okay? God, I mean, you and Ollie get so damn jealous of me talking to either of you. It's like it's unbelievable. Dave, have you never noticed this?
Yeah, I've noticed it.
It's unbelievable. Oh, Dom, and then Don, it's just ridiculous. We can all be friends. You know? It's not a competition. I have a lot of love to give, you know? But if you don't mind my saying so, Dom, are you desperately trying to win this race to make a point because I'm watching?
I'm pushing, yeah.
Are you trying to impress me? You don't have to.
I'm not trying to impress you, I'm trying to give Maddie a good race.
What's your issue with Maddie right now?
I don't have an issue with him, he's really fast.
Dropping a second a lap to the car behind. 1 second.
God damn it. Don't ever spin out, because we'll spin out to the next 4 corners.
Yeah, once your tyres go on this, like once you get dusty, it's fucked for ages.
I think, Dustin, that can be adjusted. I think there's an option to have it realistic or have a simplified off-track surface where it's probably not nearly as detrimental if you go off, and I think that might be a better setting for the lead. because I've been watching you guys a bit, and it does look like it's a little bit more difficult to get things sorted once you go wide. And I would prefer things to be more fun than they don't have to be bone-crushingly realistic. Okay, Dom, you passed him. Are you proud of yourself now?
I'm not.
You're not proud of yourself. What else do you want? Gimme, 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 right?
Let me concentrate.
Why you... Tom, you're a grown-ass man. Why are you whining?
Because you're harassing me.
I'm not harassing you. I'm just talking to you. Jesus Christ. Talk to your girlfriend like that someday. She's gonna hurt her feelings. Just trying to talk to you. You're like, oh, fucking harass me. Dave, have a word with him or something, you know?
Yeah. Find it every time, like, I was like, so going through that last corner, I was right up Dave's arse, and my car just completely lost
asking you
it.
to change my tires. Can't fucking... The whole lap, I spun at the end of that lap. I spun like 4 more times in one lap.
When you spun, did it overheat the tires significantly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm doing donuts by the start-finish line, and my rear tyres are now at 25%.
What's the temperature they're at, Jamie?
144.
Yeah, that's probably too hot. I looked at my temperature once when I was doing that race at Canada, and my tires were like 115 Celsius.
Okay, this is the final lap of the race. Green flag.
Alright, here comes Dom, big man on campus. Gotta make a point. Big Joe's watching.
The gravel effects are actually pretty cool when you go over it.
I'm just glad your voice isn't doing that weird shit it was a minute ago, because I know for a fact Dom would be off in the freaking... Oh, there he goes! Oh, big slip there! Matty looking to capitalize on this!
Yeah, if you go onto the gravel, like, you actually see bits of it on your tyres and it all flies up everywhere.
Big slip there for the Ferrari. He's getting anxious. He's getting nervous.
My game's gonna cut out in a minute. Actually, I don't know what's gonna happen. Well, yeah, I guess the game will just stop.
Who's up
Grill's,
ahead?
grill's still heating up. Is that look to imply that it's not heating up anymore? Yeah. Okay. I just want to see if Dom finishes trying to ruin Matt's day here.
Good race, Matty.
Yeah, really. Honestly, though, Matt, that was a good race. Don't mind Dom. He got off on his high horse and he had to ride it all the way home.
Well done, Tom. That's a good drive.
Thanks, Matty. Good drive for you as well.
I hope you mean what you say.
Yeah, I say what I mean and I mean what I say.
That's not true. You lie to me all the time. I ask you if you want freaking Chinese food, and you're like, yeah, but you don't want Chinese food. That's lying to someone.
I said I wouldn't mind Chinese food.
You're not gonna eat it. You're not gonna eat any of it. So when I buy it,
chicken.
no, you're not gonna eat it, Dom. I spend money on it. You're not gonna eat it. So it's like it gets here, and you're like, oh, I know it's different in America. It's different in America. It's not different in America. You live in America, for Christ's sake.
Chinese.
I'm still confused. I'm still confused. Which one's Starsky?
When we go out to breakfast, you are the only person I've ever gone to breakfast with that looked at the entire breakfast menu at a breakfast joint, and you order a piece of bread, like a psycho.
I didn't have any sleep.
No, that's not an excuse. You were not, people in the military don't sleep for days. Okay, you've only not slept for a few hours, Cupcake, and you ordered a piece of bread. The waitress thought you were a murderer. Okay? And the worst part is, Dave, when he did this shit, I could not fucking stop laughing. That he ordered a piece of rye bread, and the waitress thought I was laughing at her. And I could not get the words out to be like, I'm not laughing at you. I'm not laughing at you, miss. I'm laughing at this asshole who ordered a piece of freaking bread for breakfast. I want to
Not
smack
even
him off.
toasted.
I don't even know.
Toasted.
I couldn't believe it. Everyone else is getting bread, and this guy gets a piece of bread. I wanted to smack him off the counter. Alright, I'll be right back. I gotta check on my grill. Dave, come on, a piece of bread. If someone ordered a piece of bread at a breakfast joint, you'd think they were a loose cannon, am I right?
I wasn't that hungry.
Oh god, honestly.
At least toast it.
Now you're making me hungry, though.
Yeah, you could have had like fried slice.
I swear, it looks like the guy's coming down the hallway and he's just about to do something. And he cuts away.
That sounded like a Windows error message.
Yeah, well done, Dom, it was.
Oh, what? I'm missing Austria. God damn it. What is the first race of the season on this game? Do we know?
Joe made the schedule, but he hasn't published it yet. I don't even know what the first race is.
Hello?
Hello, sexy.
Hey, I thought of something cool. I'm gonna turn my controller on so I can talk to you guys, and I'm gonna plug my wired headset into it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Here you grill.
Oh, and I just fell asleep.
That's fine, Dave. Why don't you tell me more about whatever the hell you were talking about, Mario? But I went unconscious.
I'll tell you what, Joe, do you know what game you can download if you've got PlayStation Premium?
I don't have it, but go ahead anyways.
Wipeout. That's a game we should all play. You have to have the PlayStation Premium to download it, but yeah. We used to play that game for a while in the sort of off season of F1. It got very, very, very competitive. Joe's still traumatised, obviously, you can't talk about him. The PS4 version, I believe, yeah. I think it was actually on the PS3 that we used to play it, but I'm pretty sure that the PS4 version isn't much different.
Damn it.
Now you guys can hear me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, now I can hear you.
I'm talking to you guys, just thinking you guys are ignoring me. I don't know what's going on.
No, we were really. We could hear you all along.
What was you saying,
Hey.
Joe?
I was gonna ask Dustin what temperature he likes to cook his burgers at. I was gonna have that conversation.
Oh, okay.
Like what? How hot the fire should be, or how internal heat?
Yeah, in terms of
How thick are the burgers?
Oh God.
Depends if they have bacteria in them or not.
You were on for a good lap, Dusty, and then you spun out last corner, no?
Yeah. Yep.
Right.
Where'd Joe go anyway?
Cooking the burgers.
I won't actually be there for the first race, so I'm not going to bother purchasing the game yet.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
my controller, I got too far away, and it was like, the hell with it. Which is weird, because I actually got outside before it. I was talking to you, asking you what temperature, and I was at the grill, and then it gave up on me, so... I must be just outside the range.
Yeah, it's only 50 feet, Joe.
It's not, it can't be 50 feet, maybe.
50 feet? That's... The distance to your barbecue and the PlayStation is way closer than 50.
I don't think it is, Dom.
It would be like...
Listen, I don't want to argue. Listen, I don't want to argue.
I don't want to argue.
I don't want to
Yeah,
argue
you're
with you,
right.
but I don't think I think it's very possible that exceeds 50 feet. I'm just all right. But then again, Dom, just like every argument that I have with you, I have to weigh the pros and cons and whether or not it's even worth having. And this is one of those arguments where it's not worth it.
You're
You know?
right.
No. I mean, you're too
You
quick
want me
to
to
say
argue
I'm
with
right.
you? I'm saying
No,
you're
I
right.
know. I don't want you to just say I'm right immediately. I just want because that's almost like.
How long does it take for you to decide who's giving and who's receiving?
I don't fucking know. We haven't figured it out yet. Hey, Steph. If Dom and I were gay, which one would be giving and receiving? Dom would definitely be what? Dom would definitely be receiving. Can you say that a little
No, I
louder?
wouldn't. No, I wouldn't.
No, I would.
Okay.
No, I would not.
Yeah, I believe that as well, to be honest.
I also feel that way.
He'd like
No,
walk
I
around the
don't
house
feel
on
that
all
way.
fours, just waiting for you to give it to him. Has anyone played that cat game yet, Stray?
No.
I've seen some gameplay footage of it. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I've got it. It's not bad, actually. I've been playing it with Archie, working our way through it. Dave must be really concentrating.
Yes.
You got DRS off of that? God damn
Yeah.
it, Dusty. First you squeeze my balls, then you steal my DRS?
I didn't squeeze. I had the center lane going. You went even further inside, and I kept the center lane. I just didn't go back outside to take the corner.
I mean, fair enough. It was a high-risk, high-reward play. I'm just saying, I don't know if Dave would have made the same decisions I made.
Oh yeah, that's true. Dave would have ran into me. I took that like shit.
I'm watching you, Dom. Oh, classy.
Oh my
that
god.
was classy, Dom.
Yeah, I got a warning for that.
You should have gotten a warning for that. I could see that forming a mile away. You saw his car get loose. What did you think was going to happen?
I didn't have enough time to react.
What do you mean? You had like half a second. I don't know who runs Ferrari, if it's the Pope or whatever, but he's gonna be pissed if he sees that shit.
The way Ferrari are going, I think it's fucking Coco the Clown.
Man, that was. Were you gonna
close.
stick it there? I mean, how do you?
I was gonna have
listen,
a peek.
That's why you have that reputation, because that gap was never gonna stay open long enough for you to get there.
Right,
You would have turned him, and then the guys around you were like, okay, Dom's gonna do that sort of a silly move once in a while, because it was never gonna last, you know. I mean, it's fine if you want to stick your nose in every hole that opens, but occasionally, like, you know. Oh, finish him off, why don't you? That was disgusting. You're a monster. That was Dustin, I am so sorry he did that to you. That was effing gross.
You know what I noticed? Dom done it in the first race that we didn't have damage on, Azerbaijan. He done some dick move down the inner side of everyone.
Oh my
When should she come down? They're not. I'm cooking on top right. Yeah, Dom, that was disgusting, man. Honestly, like, you just quit out of the race. What you just did to Dustin there showed zero respect. Like, you see how that happens?
Should
I
slow down? So shit.
What? Slow down for what? He's in 5th place now.
No,
what are you gonna do?
I gotta lose.
What, this is what we're talking about. The decision needed to be made quickly. You can't make it after the fact. Go ahead and take Matt out while you're at it. That's fucking tit. Honestly, what a champion. What a thoroughbred. Look at you go. Now you're just gonna block the track and fucking crash everybody. That's just, honest to God. I wished I'd known you when you were playing little soccer with the kids there. Cause I could tell why your dad was frustrated. It's just a snowball effect with you, isn't it? Oh yeah.
Right.
And make sure you ruin the race for every car before you get to the line. Okay,
Right,
let's.
I'm going. I'll speak to you later.
All right,
See
Jamie.
you,
See you later, Jamie.
Alright, later.
Don't worry, Dustin. I got the clip of what he did to you.
I want to sincerely apologize to Dustin.
Well, it was the same thing that almost happened the lap before, or half a lap before.
He doesn't.
When they got loose and then he finished it off, like he said.
It was pretty egregious. Let me go check on my grill while you just waste everyone's time by running them off the road.
Come on.
I am.
Yeah, I think I am.
Okay,
Beep, beep,
I would have raced again if I didn't get crashed.
Oh no! Damn it! Well, I'll be sure to review it with the stewards, a la Dave Hook, and I will clean up my act before race 1 of the first season of F122.
We never did find out what the first track was.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing something in order for the first season, as long as it's 12 races, but have the tracks and... Yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it up.
I like, it is tougher, but I think like, every game is a little bit tougher when you first start, and then you figure out the differences, and then it's normal, but it's the same as it was before.
Yeah.
What's up, guys?
We're wrapping up for the night. What's the first track is? ERL?
Oh, the first track is the Netherlands for the schedule.
Oh, okay.
Oh, go. Yeah, the hardest one. That's cool.
What would Don say?
What would Don say? Probably... honestly, it's a crap.
The hardest one for this car, I would say. How much I'm spinning out.
Yeah, I considered that, Dustin, and despite maybe some various opinions in the chats and such, I actually think about all of you when I make the decisions that I do make, and I think that this track is a track we're familiar with, and I think that it does exploit some of the areas of the game that are a little bit challenging, and if done properly by the participants, I think it'll set us up good for the rest of the season.
Good speech.
For the rest of the season, it's almost like a tutorial getting us used to the car. I think
don't suck. It should be fine.
If you guys get a good feel for this track, I think it puts you in a spot where I certainly don't think it's the most difficult. I can tell you that, because I think the tracks with heavy curb usage are going to be the most difficult because you're going to bottom out and just get the bottom.
This one, you touch a curb, you're done.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
you can touch the. Go ahead.
My rebuttal is, yeah, it's a bit of a trial by fire method of learning the game. I would start off with an easier track like Australia or China.
Oh, here comes the
like
criticism. Here it comes.
No, that's okay. No, I'm all. I understand.
Like,
I don't think
Netherlands, but I don't think that starting off with a track that, like, we're still getting used to like the traction and the low speed corners.
So here's where I'm coming from it.
What's your argument?
Okay, very well considered. My perspective on this. The track requires you to modulate the throttle to a degree, but I do consider it on the easier end of the spectrum of all the tracks on the schedule for this type of technique. Now, there isn't another track that I could think of that we could use that also teaches you something in a gentle way that gets you ready for the rest of the season. See, there's no point in sending you guys out on a track where you're not going to learn the skill that you need to learn for the rest of the season. This teaches it to you in the most gradual way possible. It's a lot easier than some of the other tracks that are on the schedule that you'll find from playing the game more are not as easy to grasp this new throttle technique. This track, the way the corners are shaped, you can actually roll the corners until you're comfortable throttling up early, where other tracks, you either do it or you don't, and it'll kill you on lap time. So I think this is the perfect track for beginners to learn the game. You learn this track, and you're going to be comfortable going forward. If I just send you off to Monza, the Netherlands, if I just send you off to a track like, say, Monza, where you don't learn the skill, you get to the second race and you're all spin out, right? I don't think the Netherlands is hard. That's my honest opinion. I wouldn't start you guys off on Singapore because everyone's going to crash. By the time we get to Singapore, you'll have a handle on it. But let me go check those burgers. All right.
All right. Well, I'm taking off, guys. See you next week.
See you later, guys.
Alright, I'm going too. See you guys.
Dusty.
All right, Dusty.
Are you ever going to put your Facebook on?
Yeah.
3 weeks
Maybe.
now. 3 weeks. You're doing it on purpose just to annoy me, aren't you?
I must say, I every once in a while I'm like, oh, I wonder what's going on tonight. What game they're playing, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, well, I don't know. I can't figure it out. Well, I guess I'll just turn the machine on at 7:30. Alright, see you guys.
Later.
Later, man.
Have a good week, everybody.
Now you send me emails. Jesus.
Alright. Is anybody still here?
Yes.
Most of the day. And Cowboy.
Okay. Alright. So to your question, Dom, I understand where you're coming from, but I did consider all of that, and I think that the Netherlands is probably on a scale of 1 to 5, right? If we're going to learn the new required throttle technique for these particular cars, right? Low downforce in the slow speed sections because there's no underbody, right?
Yeah.
I'd say the Netherlands on a scale of 1 to 5 is like a 2 out of 5.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I'm
that is why.
balls, you know that.
Oh, I know you are, but I for anyone else that was concerned about what I was thinking, there was some thought to it. For example, I would never start off. I would originally want at some point I'd like to start the season in Miami. I think it's a cool track. I would never start the league new game at Miami. It's way too difficult to start on a completely new circuit, especially when you have to consider that curb contact is very doable. It's not like the 21 game, Dom. It's very doable. It just cannot be done in a way that makes no sense. And that's when a week and a half ago in the Facebook chat when guys asked me what I thought of the game, that was my answer. It's a good game. It's just that 2020 might be more fun to drive for the most part, but it doesn't mean that 2022 is bad. It's just that they replicated the real, what it is similar to what it might be like. So it's kind of how you take it. And I think with a little practice and some acclimation, the guys will adjust to it. And there are pros and cons, but
it's still better than last year's.
No, absolutely. Last year's game, the reason that we never went to it after enough trying was that I at first my first inclination was that it was very raceable. But then as I went on, I found that those spinouts that I thought were my own mistakes were just actually the game just not quite having the physics correct within the suspension. So originally, because when I said, okay, yeah, I think we'll go to the game, and that was my mistake. I was still making mistakes, and I hadn't learned it enough to realize that actually I wasn't making mistakes. The game was just having issues with what was logical from a realistic standpoint. So that's not the case here. Everything here, I mean, I've driven it enough to say, that, yeah, okay, so if I mess up, it's because I messed up. But the guys will be fine with it. There'll be some adjustment because you can't drive it like 2020. But there are things you can do with the cars that you couldn't do with 2020. I think some of the throttle control stuff is a lot of fun, getting used to that. You can follow closer behind a car. They did implement that into the physics, which is nice. In last year's 2020,
when I was racing
yeah,
Maddie, yeah.
Yeah, you can get the nose right up behind the car and not lose all that front air. It doesn't overheat your front tires. In last 2020 game, you had to really account for that. So, and I think the biggest pro to this game is it's different. And I think to just do the same thing over and over and over again without a really good reason, like we did with 2010, would be boring for the guys. 2010 was so much better as a platform than the games that followed it. So it was kind of a no-brainer for me to stick with what was working because everything else was kind of eh. But this is on par with 2020 in almost every way. And there's new tracks. There's going to be, I don't know if you guys know this, but they're going to be adding tracks to it. I read that Hockenheim is definitely coming.
7 apparently.
Yeah, so that'll really spice things up through the longevity of the game, and that I was happy to hear that. I mean, yeah, Hockenheim, I know. I think they're adding, what is it, like, you might know too, Dave, right? There was some other tracks. Hockenheim I was psyched about to hear.
Yeah, I think it'll be
Portugal, right?
Yeah, Portimao, the ones from last year that were on that they haven't put on here, they'll be on as well.
China, they're gonna put China back in the game.
China, yeah.
I don't know about Turkey, but I wouldn't rule it out because again, it was on the 2021 schedule. Maybe they made the track and just you know what I mean, had to update it.
Was it in 2021 or yeah?
2020.
Was it in last year's game?
2020. It wasn't in last year's game, but it was on the 2020 schedule. So it's very possible they thought it was going to carry over to the 2021 game, which it didn't, and maybe they made the track to get ahead of things, and it could be in that, because there's quite a few tracks that were supposedly already built into the game files. If you look it up online, Dom, you'll see it's like there's actual banners at Hockenheim saying F122. Like there's no doubt about it. The game is, the track's coming to the game, so that'll be fun. The track selection is much better with this game, and that'll be a nice plus. So see how it goes. The big question is, do we start the season next Monday, or based on what you guys saw tonight, do you think it's best we have a practice race next Monday with all the guys on the same page and really iron out any sort of like concerns people have with the, for example, Jamie had his concerns about or it was Dustin rather, went off the track and it took forever to get things going again. I can actually simplify that, and I think that would be best, just because again it's not fun for those guys who go off the track, make a silly mistake, to waste their whole night because they can't get going again. That's just stupid. It's not enjoyable for me in any way to see that happen. So, but I think I can smooth that out by setting that to a simplified version, and we can test that. But let me know what you guys think about that. Whether we should start next Monday or we should do a practice race next Monday. We could pick any track. I know it's because you're gonna learn the basic skills of what the difference with the car is. It's just.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing is with this game, you really can't throttle up while steering nearly as much as you could in last year's game, and that makes sense because you don't have the downforce that you had in last year or 2020's game, right? You got all those big wings and stuff on the car, so it was generating tons of downforce at 80 miles an hour, or say the second turn at Canada. Whereas now it's not generating near that downforce because you're not going fast enough for the underbody to come into play. So it's all mechanical, which explains why as you're turning and you're throttling up, the car rotates because you're just sending it around. So you guys will figure it out. In a way, I want to say it kind of reminds me a little bit of 2010 with the understeery entry and the potential to actually spin the car out very easily on curbs. That was the, I mean, it's been so long, but that was like a hallmark of 2020. You hit a curve the wrong way, you just spun off into the sunset. So, but anyways, I didn't mean to go on a long rant and put everyone to sleep. But anywho, you're laughing at Dave. Gimme, all right?
All right, man, I don't care that.
All right, yeah, you'll like
I
it.
think,
and
I think we should do the unpredictable weather though. If you're going to do the same as what you usually do with the 6 races on and 6 races off, because I think that
I actually haven't done that. I haven't done that in a while, Dave.
Oh, you haven't done that in a while. Oh, you just done it as normal.
Yeah, it's been normal now for over a year and a half.
Oh right, okay. Well, yeah, I think I think the unpredictable weather though would be great in the league because it would introduce a little bit of unpredictability, which is always good. And it's not like a false unpredictability like having the safety car or anything like that. It's just the weather.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because the safety car. I know there is some guys who, I think Jamie in particular thinks that the safety car is a kind of fix-all for like the race not being interesting at a certain point. I just think that it's almost guaranteed to be more of a problem than a solution. And I know that's tough. It sounds stupid coming from me because I'm up front, so it seems like it would be to my detriment to have the safety car. So it sounds like it's a decision to benefit me, but the truth is I just see it as like any incident or whatever, however you said it, if someone disconnects or if there's a spin out or something, whatever the thing is, then it bunches all the cars back up, and I just feel like that's going to cause just reoccurring accidents just over and over again. And I think if you were to run 10 races and then with the safety car on, I think you'd find after that 10 races that it didn't do anything to make the racing better. It just caused more accidents.
Yeah.
And if someone had the opinion, well, the safety car is more realistic, all I can say to that is, yeah, I guess, but it's a video game. There's not much point in having a safety car. We're not actually in danger.
Mm-hmm.
I want the guys to have as good a race or as enjoyable a race as possible. And in order to do that, in the back of my head, I'm thinking minimize the amount of opportunities for there to be massive crashes with everyone being together. You basically have the start in every race. And in every single race, you guys hear it. Something goes wrong somewhere, and there's somebody that's upset about something, and that's always something that I think, there's no way to avoid that. I can't pep talk every single guy into, taking it easy into turn 1. I really can't do it. So every race you hear that, but that's the only time you really hear it. With the safety car, you'll hear it once, twice, 3 times a race, and I think certain individuals get a little more emotional than others, and then you have guys that are kind of upset with someone, and that's not the idea. At the end of the day, I don't think the pros outweigh the cons. So Your random weather thing, Dave. I think that's the kind of thing that I can get on board with. I don't think that's going to cause more accidents necessarily, but I think it could actually spice the race up because say Dom and I are out front and we've already got things in the bag in a sense, but then the weather changes in a way that we didn't predict. That could screw us, but help somebody else. That's the kind of thing where I think it's not going to hurt anybody by causing all stupid accidents, and that's the most frustrating thing. You know, I don't like to see that.
Yeah, I've tested it a few times. It's not like silly, like it suddenly starts, raining when it shouldn't be. In fact, sometimes it actually sticks to the forecast that you get, but occasionally it will start raining when it says it's not supposed to be. But it's realistic the way it does it.
Yeah, and that's any feature like that could potentially make the game more fun, or hell, the guys might laugh a little bit because the weather changed so differently than they might have expected. Not in a silly way, but that's fun. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But the safety car, I don't know. Even if the safety car was glitch free, which I've already seen that it isn't, because I know if you disconnect a certain way during the race, it'll bring out the safety car regardless of how you have it set. So that's there's no way to avoid that problem. It's just that would just be kind of silly. And imagine doing a race in Monaco, Dave, with a safety car on.
Yeah.
In this game, with the way the curbs are now, you have to be careful not to high center the car over the curb. First time we go to Monaco, it's going to be a parade lap. You're going to have 14 cars start the race and 6 finish it, and we're going to spend the majority of our time looping around behind the Mercedes. So, anyway, but feel free to tell me what you think about any other things and stuff, and I'll publish the schedule up onto the Facebook thing and onto the PlayStation thing and onto the website that nobody goes to. I'll do that as well.
Have you tried
what website?
the interactive pit stops?
I have not tried the interactive pit stops. What are your thoughts on that? I know how it would probably work.
Yeah, I quite like them as well. And yet again, it's not something that's stupid. That all it is if you don't get your pit stop right, then you may lose a second or two in the stop, but that's because that was your fault. It's nothing. It's not. It's not a glitch in the game. It's actually your fault. But to actually get it right isn't that difficult. It isn't that difficult.
Is it something that I could turn on that guys could run if they want to, but not everyone has to?
That I don't know, but there's two options, like to either have it off so it just stays like it was in 2020 where we don't control anything, or we can have it on and you have to time pressing the X button when you're supposed to turn into your pit box, and the closer you get to that line, the better or the faster your stop. It's a very forgiving window, like it's not like I did it in Baku and I hit the X button like way before the window by accident, and it still said like good timing, and I got a 2.6 second stop. So it's
all right, well,
forgiving.
I mean, I'll take a look
it's
at
very
it.
It's very subtle. It's very subtle. It's not. I don't think it would be a game breaker or would ruin anyone's race even if you sort of stuffed it up a little bit. You're only talking about half a second difference, I think, in the stop.
Okay, yeah, I'll have a look at it and see. It does sound a little bit gamey, a little kind of.
Yeah, it's like a little weird.
You know what I mean? Like a little bit like Nintendo-ish, but again, it's an interesting idea, and I remember the EA games used to have some EA.
Yeah, they had the same thing. Yeah, the interactive pit stop.
When I was in high school.
F1 2002 had it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I actually I remember with F1 2001, I could not figure it out, Dave, for whatever reason. I don't know if I was just...
No, neither could I. No, I couldn't either.
Okay. So I have a bad perspective right off the bat, which I should just go in and try it out. But I'll give it a look and see how it is. And
trust me, it's so much not that F1 2001 game. It's nothing like it. That was just being impossible for impossible sakes. That was just ridiculous.
So that's unfortunately that's the image I have of this thing where it's like somebody does the race and it's like they're focusing. Someone like Josh doing a really good job in his race and he just sneezes the wrong way and he fucking
exactly. Yeah, you had to be absolutely spot on those EA pit stops back in that 2001. You couldn't even be off by a millisecond, and then that was it. You'd literally end up with a 30-second pit stop. That's what would happen, because you just made a millisecond mistake, and that was it. This is nothing like that at all. Absolutely nothing like it.
Okay, I'll have a look at it, Dave.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm definitely probably on board with the weather being a little more unpredictable. I think that can make things fun for the guys having a bit of an off race, where it's in previous scenarios it's been kind of like set in stone what's going to take place. That could kind of make someone like Dustin's race go a little better, and he might not be so lonely and talking to shadows. Yeah,
and it could work a little bit like a safety car, because if it starts raining, everyone's got to come into the pits and change their tyres, isn't it? So
Yeah, and it could work in a sense that everyone is still spaced in a way that isn't going to be an immediate pile up going into turn 1. When I first started the league racing thing on PlayStation, I was in some guy's league for a while where he did NASCAR 09, and I just remember thinking that every time there was a caution, that just meant the whole race was going to go to shit, because that's all that ever happened. As soon as the race started up again, everybody was going to be a hero for 5 seconds, and it was just a joke,
Well, you used to watch John's races, didn't you?
Oh yeah, and that was a huge debate between John and I, and it was just a debate because he can have his own opinion. I just thought that the cautions, I thought they caused more problems than they added to the thing, But at the same time, sometimes they were fun for the guys, but for the most part, it just looked like frustration, because some guys make mistakes, and they just make mistakes all the time. Look at Dom,
They were great, weren't they, Dom?
Yeah, I remember some races that were just, not fun.
Horrible.
The thing is, there are pros and cons to it, and I think there are times where it would certainly be better, but I think there are more times where it would be frustrating, and that's what it comes down to. That's what it was with 21 and versus 20 last year. There were things about it that were better, but not enough to justify the things that might be more frustrating in the end, and I thought that the game was going to cause the guys to be annoyed more often than not because of this sort of weird suspension thing over the curbs, whereas at least this game, I know if once they get a little bit used to it, they'll adapt, and I don't think it'll be as frustrating. I could be wrong. I mean, I'm not,
The cautions were, in John's league, were fun in Gran Turismo, because the car was, pretty easy to drive, and everybody had good grips with it, and, the skill gap was a little bit closer, so...
Sure.
Yeah, but mostly just because the cars were easier to drive. But yeah, once we went to Project Cars, and the cars were really difficult to drive, and there was a huge disparity between the fast guys and the slower guys, and there was a caution. It was
All I remember is one race. I think it was 78 laps, and we were pretty much cautioned on every single lap. And it went on for about 3.5 hours, and I'm like, I've got to go.
Yeah, and I mean, the thing with that is, that wouldn't happen in this game, but it's still... If guys are having a good race and the caution thing safety car comes out, and then everyone's bunched up, and then you have somebody just making a silly move that they wouldn't have made had the caution not come out, then you take out 4 cars in front of them that were having a good race. It's just for what, There's no... It's not real life. There is no danger. You don't need a safety car. It doesn't. I don't think it adds anything to the race that... you look back and say, oh, that was real fun when we all bunched up and everyone did or didn't crash.
I'm going to check out you guys.
All right, buddy. Have a good night. I'm going to...
See you later, Mr. Cool. Bye-bye.
I'm going to head off too, guys, because I'm going to go eat my expertly made cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger.
Staring at me to go outside, so...
What?
Gotta take it. Stinky. She's been staring at me for the past hour and a half.
Yeah. What else has she got to look at, though?
I gave her her bony.
Oh, well, it's fine, but don't go ahead and, get this ego about you. The dog has nothing else to look at. It's not like she's just longingly gazing at you because it's just such a connection between these two souls. It's the fact she's in a freaking basement with the drop ceiling's falling out of it. Yeah, there's a connection, all right, but the connection's not... Yeah, okay, Dom.
We are, yeah. So that's on stream.
Dream is questionable, Dave, because I mentioned my mother-in-law no less than
Well, I'm sorry, but unfortunately, once it's on the stream, it stays on the stream because it takes YouTube pretty much 48 hours to process these streams. So if you want anything taken off, you've got to wait 48 hours before I can get to edit it. It's ridiculous.
Oh, okay. Oh, I was gonna say, like, if somebody sweetened the deal a little bit, if something really bad got on there, it could be sorted out, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, I can sort it out, but you got to wait 48 hours.
Yeah, okay.
It's ridiculous. There's an edit screen on all the streams, and only then can you cut bits out, and it takes YouTube 48 hours. I've done it many times, 48 hours before I can actually start editing the video. Which I never do, by the way, unless there's something really bad on it. And so far, the lads are sensible. They know not to toe the line.
Speaking of toeing the line, the lads, did you guys call me on Thursday for Dave chat?
Yeah, in the ERL chat, yeah.
I didn't know, because I was planning a pretty special introduction for you guys, but I didn't have it all set up at the moment
nobody turned up, Joe. That was the first time ever I did the Hookster talk. Nobody turned up, so I went. That's it. I'm going. So I did. I went. That's it.
That's disgusting.
There was Kyle was in the wings waiting, but he said I'll only come on if someone else does because he didn't want to talk to me on his own.
Okay, I'll be there on Thursday. I don't have anything going on, so
okay.
I'll pick up from the hot tub upstairs.
The hot tub.
Yeah, what do you call it? It's a bathtub. It's not a hot tub. It's like a big bathtub, and it has stupid ass little jets in it.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that big a deal. But I'll pick up from in there.
We call them spa. We call it spa over here. Spa.
Okay, spa. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll pick up from the spa, which is really just
from the spa. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll make sure there's plenty of bubbles to cover all my
Does it blow bubbles up your doofers?
No, it's funny enough they don't put the jets down by my. I don't know what my doofus is, but.
Your bumhole.
No, they don't put the jets down there, Dave. They're up there my waist.
Oh, I see. That's weird.
Yeah, why would they put the jets in the bottom?
If you did like a low squat, you could put it up your dumb.
Yeah,
Dom's already thought about that. Look at that.
Yeah.
No,
yeah, honestly,
I'm just saying.
Honestly, nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, I gotta go, guys.
Yeah. No, that's okay.
Catch
That's all right.
you later. I'll probably be around on Thursday, Dave, if you want to give me a call. So.
I will. I did last week, but you didn't pick up. Nobody picked up, and I'm very, very, very annoyed. Very annoyed I am at all of you because I was sitting there like a complete lemon. All my chatters were laughing their heads off, saying, "Ha ha! No one wants to speak to." I know it's not acceptable.
Well, Dave, you know what? I'm sorry, and unlike Dom, when I say I'm sorry, that means I'm gonna make it right the next time. So you'll see me on Thursday. Right. Okay. Yeah, because that makes it right.
We really gotta stop this. We really gotta stop this.
What do you want to stop? Because I haven't started anything.
It's not healthy. We're cutting years off our life.
It says you. I can handle it. I have the mental aptitude to continue this. I can debate you people in the face.
But like when we're 60 years old and
I'm not worried about 60. I'm not worried. Why am I in a fucking wheelchair when I'm 60? What do you think I am? I'm not gonna be in a wheelchair when I'm 60.
Live fast, die young, yo.
All right, listen.
Jeez, Louise.
Dandelion boy. I mean, I can't speak for you, but I mean, I can handle the spring weather without, needing my inhaler. So who knows what kind of situation you'll be in, but I'll be fine. And
I'll be fine too. I don't need my inhaler all the time.
That's fine. Listen, I'm not making fun of you. I'm just saying.
I really need to go. You need to stop talking to me. I really.
All right, fine. All right. Why don't you cut the grass tomorrow, okay?
Sure.
You take it 2 seconds.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. You know what, Dom? You're right. We have to stop. We have to stop this. All right. We have to stop this. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go eat my food that wasn't overcooked or undercooked, and you have a good night. All right.
You see? You're doing it again.
I'm just stating a fact. All right, Dave, I gotta go because I can't do this little brother arguing thing anymore. I got things to do. I got grown up adult things to do. All right, so I'll
did too. I did my taxes yesterday, yo.
That's good. his idea of grown up adult things is saying I did my taxes, yo. All right, sounds like a plan. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you for coming tonight. I'll see you guys soon. Good night.
Catch you
Bye,
later.
guys. Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
bye,
Bye.
bye,
Bye.
bye,
Bye. Bye. Unbelievable, Thomas.
Thanks for everyone in the chat tonight. You've been awesome as always. This was an F122 little test. We'll be back next week with a proper race. I don't think it'll be the start of the season though. We're just going to do another test race because still getting used to handling on the new game. Anyway, thanks so much. I will catch you later for another video. Good night. Oh wait, I've got 3 comments. Let me see if I can get them on here. Bum 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 bum. Because I'm having problems with my tablets tonight. Here we go. Ah, it's Matthew D'Souza. He says, well done, Dave. Good drive. Thanks, Matt. Yeah, it's. I quite like this game. I must admit, I quite like it. Formation lap is my only request. Yeah, I don't think that'll happen. I don't think that'll happen. They should do really because there's no damage, so it's not. But I don't know. Is it worth it? Safety car is a bit glitched, to be honest. If you stop on track without crashing, it will come out. Yeah, it's pretty much the same as every game that we've had, Matt. And the trouble is, once you get online, the safety car problems increase tenfold, which is, you know, the problem. As I say, if someone disconnects, the safety car will come out, and then that's going to screw everyone's race. That's one of the reasons why we don't have it. But I still think the unchangeable weather is a good option because it puts a little bit of unpredictability into the mix, which is always good. Always good. As I say, the leaders could be all off and gone, 30 seconds up the road, and then it could start raining. And it could start raining really hard, and they've got to come in really quick. And maybe they might have a double stack. You see, and then so one of them's got to wait, and then you've got the midfield runners who are going to come into the pits straight away, not have to wait. There's an advantage there, isn't there? There's an advantage, and they might be able to catch up with someone like Dusty or something who sits there in 5th place every week on his own, being lonely. Someone, could catch up, and that would create a little bit of unpredictability. As I say, I have tested it. I've done a couple of 50% races. I can't remember if I did it on this one or whether it's on 2021, but I have tested it, and as I say, it's not something that is stupid. I've done it on a 50% race, and it, as I say, sometimes it does go exactly how the forecast says. It says, yeah, it's gonna start dry and then starts to rain, and that's exactly what it does. But just occasionally, it says it's dry, and then it starts raining. But it's not like suddenly goes into a Singapore monsoon thing, straight away, because that would be ridiculous and would crap out everyone's race. It basically, says it's going to be dry, and then it starts raining, which is very much like real life. They still can't get the weather right even now, can they? They'll say, it's dry today, and then you'll suddenly start hearing it raining a couple of hours later. But that is realistic, so I think that's good that it's in the game, and it'll produce a little bit of unpredictability, which is always good, especially online. You need a bit of unpredictability, but the safety car, unfortunately, is a little bit. It's too unpredictable. One of these days, they will produce a safety car that will work, but sadly, I don't think it's ever going to happen due to the hundreds of parameters that must have to occur when the safety car comes out. I mean, that safety car comes out, all the cars and their positions on track has to be sorted by the game, doesn't it? And that's got to be a very difficult thing to do. That's probably why it's always broken, because it's very difficult for that to do. Now, I remember the safety car in some of the old games being completely broken, where it would only pick up like the first 6 cars, and the ones behind were just sitting there miles off the safety car, but you couldn't go past them because you had to stay behind them because it was a safety car period. And that really used to frustrate me because, you know, you were losing time, and then the safety car would be back in the pits again, and you've lost a huge amount of time because you couldn't catch up to it. That was some of the old games. I think 2016 had that problem, and 2017 as well. So yeah, the safety car unfortunately is a little bit too unpredictable. If it worked 100%, we would definitely use it, but unfortunately it doesn't. And even if it only works 99%, it's something that you can't really use because it's gonna ruin someone's race. Someone's gonna get a ruined race, so it's probably better that we don't use it. The formation lap, I will suggest that to Joe, but it's probably going to be a no. Basically, just because it's one lap going round, and you know, he'll probably say, you know, what's the point of it? But I do think the interactive pit stop is a good idea. I do like that, and as I say, you've got a really big window of opportunity there. You don't lose much time if you completely mess it up because you're still coming into the pits. That's the thing. You're still coming to the pits, so you don't lose that amount of time really. But if you get a good stop, perfect stop, you could actually gain a tiny bit of time, which is always good online. Anyway, I've been rambling too much. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Thank you to Matthew D'Souza, to Carl Milner, KTM Gaming. He was in the chat as well. Unfortunately, my tablet crapped out completely halfway through the first stream, I think it was. That was on Wreckfest, so I can't look at any of the comments that anyone made. Because, as I say, the first stream, I've just got my tablet back online again. I was doing all that while I was answering messages and trying to get into Wreckfest and trying to sort out F122. I'm a superb multitasker, I must admit. So I was doing all that. Yeah, this is my old tablet, and unfortunately I only really use it for like YouTube stuff now because unfortunately every 3 or 4 months the screen just goes blank. Completely blank, and there's nothing you can do. You can't even refire it up. It won't even fire back up again. So the only thing I can do is, and this took me ages to work out, is to reboot the firmware on it, which was really difficult, but I did work it out in the end. So every 3 or 4 months I just had to reboot the firmware, and then it works fine for about 4 months, then it craps out again. So I don't know what the problem is with it, but I don't bother trying to sort it out because I only really use it for YouTube, because I've got another tablet that I use for everything else, which is working perfectly at the moment. So it's not worth trying to fix it, and literally in about 5 minutes every 4 months I can sort it out. So there you go. Just unfortunate that tonight it crapped out right in the middle of streaming on a Monday, but there you go. Anyway, that's it. Thanks very much for watching, everyone. I will catch you later.